I always thought I'd know. Like there'd be some cosmic shift in the air, some gut punch warning me before my life got ripped apart. But no, it happened on a Tuesday, while I was folding laundry like an idiot. Her phone buzzed on the bed, just once. Normally, I wouldn't have even looked, but the screen lit up with a name I didn't recognize, Jared. And the preview text. Last night was perfect. When can I see you again? My hands froze around a pair of her stupid lace underwear. Last night, she'd told me she was at her sister's. I picked up the phone. Locked. Password changed. That was the first crack in my chest. Because why? She'd never password protected her phone before. We'd always had that unspoken trust. Or so I thought. I tried to rationalize it. Maybe it was spam. A wrong number. A co-worker joking around. But then I remembered the other things. Little things I'd brushed off. The new perfume she'd started wearing a month ago. Just felt like treating myself. The work dinners that ran later and later. The way she'd started turning her phone face down on the table. I sat there, staring at the screen until it went black. My hands were shaking. Am I being paranoid? But then I did something I'd never done before. I opened her laptop, still logged in, and there, in her email drafts, unsent, like she'd forgotten about it, was a half-written message to Jared. I can't stop thinking about you. The way you touched me. The room spun. I didn't realize I was crying until I heard the garage door open, her car pulling in. I slammed the laptop shut. She walked in, all smiles, grocery bags in hand. Babe, can you help me with... She stopped when she saw my face. What's wrong? I held up her phone. Who the hell is Jared? Her smile didn't just fade. It vanished. And that's when I knew. For a second, she just stood there, frozen. Then her mouth opened, closed, like a fish gasping for air. It's not what you think, she finally said. I barked out a laugh. Really? Because I think it's exactly what I think. My voice sounded raw, like I'd been screaming. Maybe I had. She set the grocery bags down too carefully, like she was buying time. It's just work stuff. Work stuff. I shoved her phone at her. Read it. Out loud. She didn't take it. Just wrapped her arms around herself, defensive. Okay, fine. Jared's a guy from the office. But it's not serious. Not serious? I was yelling now. You're fucking him. She flinched. It just happened. Bullshit. Affairs don't just happen. My hands were fists at my sides. How long? Silence. How long? A few months, she whispered. The air left my lungs. Months. She'd been lying to me for months. Sleeping beside me, kissing me, all while I grabbed the nearest thing, a fucking decorative vase from the dresser, and hurled it at the wall. It shattered. She screamed. Who else knows? My voice was eerily calm now. Does your sister know? Your friends? Am I the last fucking idiot to find out? She was crying now. No one knows. I didn't want to hurt you. I laughed again, hollow. Yeah, real fucking considerate. Then came the question I wasn't sure I wanted the answer to. Do you love him? She hesitated. And that was the answer. That hesitation, that tiny fucking pause, was like a knife twisting in my ribs. I turned away before she could answer. Couldn't look at her. My chest was heaving, my vision blurry. I needed air, needed to run. Where are you going? Her voice was panicked now. Away from you. I grabbed my keys off the counter. She lunged forward, grabbing my arm. Please, just let's talk about this. I shook her off. What's left to say? You fucked some guy named Jared for months behind my back. You lied to me, over and over. My voice cracked. Did you even think about me? Or was I just background noise? She opened her mouth, but nothing came out. I left. The car roared to life, and I drove with no destination. Just away. My hands were shaking so hard I could barely grip the wheel. Months. How many times had she looked me in the eye and lied? How many times had I believed her? I pulled over at some shitty gas station, my phone buzzing in my pocket. Her. Then again. And again. I didn't answer. Instead, I called the one person who might know more than me, her sister, Lisa. She picked up on the second ring. Hey, what's up? I didn't bother with small talk. Did you know? A beat of silence. Then quietly, oh, God! My stomach dropped. So you did? No, I mean, not no, but I suspected. Lisa's voice was tight. She's been acting weird, canceling plans. I asked her about it, and she brushed me off. I thought maybe it was just stress, but you didn't think to tell me? I didn't have proof, and I didn't want to destroy my marriage? I let out a bitter laugh. Too late. I hung up, then I did something stupid. I drove to Jared's place. I didn't even know where Jared lived, but my wife's phone was still logged into her Google account on the laptop, and it took me all of 3 minutes to find his address in her Maps history. 3702 Willow Lane. Visited 4 times in the last month. The drive, there was a blur. My hands were numb, my thoughts racing. What was I even going to do? Punch him? Yell? Demand answers? I didn't know. I just needed to see him. His place was a nice little townhouse. Way nicer than I expected. Of course. I parked across the street, engine off, and just stared. Then the front door opened. A guy stepped out, tall, dark hair, wearing a stupidly expensive-looking jacket. Jared. He was laughing, holding the door open for someone behind him. And then she walked out. My wife. She was smiling, her hair down, wearing that damn red dress I always loved. Jared's hand rested on the small of her back as they walked to his car. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. They hadn't seen me. They were too wrapped up in each other, too comfortable, like this was normal. I watched as he kissed her, not some quick peck, but deep, possessive, the kind of kiss I usually get. That's when something inside me snapped. I got out of the car. They didn't notice me until I was halfway across the street. My wife saw me first. Her face went pale. Oh my God. Jared turned, frowning. Then recognition flashed in his eyes. He stepped in front of her, like he was protecting her. From me. Hey, man, he said, hands up like he was talking to a rabid dog. Let's just calm down. I ignored him. My eyes were locked on my wife. So this is him? My voice was eerily steady. This is the guy we're throwing away 10 years for? She didn't answer, just stared at me like I was a ghost. Jared tried again. Listen, this isn't the place. Shut the fuck up, I snarled. You don't get to talk. My wife finally found her voice. Please, let's just go home and talk. Home. I laughed. You lost the right to call it that. I turned and walked away. She called after me, but I didn't stop, didn't look back. The divorce papers were filed the next week. She begged for another chance, said it was a mistake, that she loved me, but love doesn't lie. Love doesn't sneak around. And love sure as hell doesn't kiss another man on his doorstep like it's nothing. I didn't fight her on the settlement, didn't trash her to our friends, just signed the papers and walked away. Some people say revenge is sweet, but honestly, it just hurts.